Yeah. We gonna do a quick little post-fight reaction to Richardson Hitchins versus George Kambosos. Be a quick one, man. Buckle up. Yeah, man. Let me get a microphone check. First and foremost, let's get a microphone check. Hopefully everything is working properly the way it's supposed to, and y'all can hear me loud and clear. This is gonna be a quickie, so Hitchins versus Kambosos post-fight quickie, man. What's going on front line? Kamara, Combat Tool Bag, man. I can't say that other name, bro. You be fucking me up with that name, bro. I'm just gonna say Combat Tool Bag. I said Devin Hitchins was the fight a while ago on my channel. Soon as it's time, he start. Yeah, man. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna speak on that a little bit, man. But golly, bro, man, I couldn't believe that post fight thing, man. That was crazy to me, man. Not so much the call out, man, but the part where he was over there taking a selfie with Teofimo Lopez, man. I ain't like that shit, man. Like, all the shit talking he did on the post fight conference and all that. I was cool with that, man. 'Cause I mean, shit, they're fighters. They're gonna talk shit to each other, man. If Devin said the same shit and said fuck Hitchings and his dad and all that, it's fair game. But the moment he was over there chilling with Tio, I was like, ooh, boy, he lost me with that one, bro. Man, he lost me with I can't lie, man. He lost me with that one, man. Appreciate it, nephew, man. Happy Father's Day to you and happy Father's Day to everybody else out there who is a father, man. Now, I know everybody want to talk about the cooning he did at the end of the fight. I get it. I get it, man. But I got to do my due diligence and let y'all know that what I always knew about Richardson Hitchins is a very, very highly skilled boxer, man. Um, and he displayed that yesterday. Now, listen, I'm not gonna be like everybody else that I was watching on the timeline on Twitter, man, because everybody's always with this triangle theory, trying to compare Devin and Hitchins, trying to say that I don't want to hear if this dude was a weight bully. I don't want to hear nobody say about this dude not being a weight bully, and this was a different Kambosos than the one that man. Come on, man. Y'all are ruining the sport with that bullshit, man. Like, who cares? I'm not into the triangle theory. It doesn't matter to me, man. At the end of the day, man, the only way we'll know who win between those two is if they fight each other. I don't care how Haney did against Kambosos or how Hitchins did against Kambosos. That's not an indicator to me of how that fight itself would play out if they fight each other. It don't matter. Well, at least to me, it don't matter because, once they get in there, they're going to be a different fighter. They're going to have a different game plan. They're going to come in a little bit different. We don't even know if Devin's going to stay at 140. Look like he's going to 147. So maybe we're talking about something that ain't even going to happen. Which, by the way, Hitchings, that's the other thing I had that I didn't like, man. You had Tio right there who has the other title. Instead of calling out Haney, who's already told you he's going to 147, right? He should have been calling out Teofimo Lopez, man. He was right there in front of you, bro. Like right there in front of you. Instead, you take a selfie with him. Instead of putting the pressure on Teofimo Lopez, you take a selfie with him. Oh my God, man. I tell you, man, I couldn't even make this up, man. Did Nonito win by unanimous decision, man? I don't know, man. All right. Maybe he called out Haney because he's moving up. Maybe. Him and Teal have the same manager and all. Yeah. Hey, man, at the end of the day, man, listen, bro. I know I'm a. Oh man, hold on. AJ Moore is not. Hold up. This ain't right. How is AJ Moore not wrenched up over here, man? Hold up, man. Let me get you right, man. I don't like seeing people in here not being right. Let's get that out the way, man. Let me see. All right, I got you taken care of. Let me see. Hold on. They stop it because Buddy kept headbutting, but yes, he won every round. Oh, okay. He was popping big ish at Telefimo Hoaz for a minute and then switched up when he saw him and started. Yeah, man, that right there, that bothered me, man. I ain't gonna lie, that bothered me, man. Listen, man, he looked phenomenal in that fight. I can't take nothing away from him on his performance. I've always believed in Richardson Hitchins as far as in the ring. I think he's one of the best boxers, one of the best pure boxers is out there. And he clearly showed that against George Kambosos. I mean, he's been showing it to me, man, throughout his career. And I know Kambosos is not like a big name or anything like that, but he still did what he had to do. And I believe the only two people to stop him was him and Lomachenko. So that does put a stamp on that win a little bit. It's got a little bit more meaning to that win because a lot of people consider Hitchins a pure boxer, as I do. We know that he's usually not going for knockouts or anything like that. What's going on, Stormy B, man? Happy Father's Day to you too, sir. We know that he's usually not going for knockouts and all that. And I just like the way that jab he throws, man. It's a jab that's gonna take him all around the world. I put that up on Twitter, man, or X, whatever the fuck y'all want to call that. I said that jab's gonna take him around the world and the body work, man. What I liked about what he did in this fight, and yes, I know he was cooning at the end of the fight. I get it, but let me get through this first, man. Even though, God, bro, man. I like the fact that not only was he snapping that jab, but that he took the time to study what worked when, he looked at both the way Devin beat him and the way Lomachenko beat him, and he took a little bit of combination of both of those game plans and implemented it into his fight last night, man, including going to the body. He just looks sharp as hell, man. And I know he's gonna, man, listen, man. All bullshit aside, Richardson Hitchins is going to be a very, 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 very difficult fighter to beat. What's going on, TD Sports? Man, I see them good pictures you took, man. Man, Hitchins ducked Subriel 2 times. He gets no respect. All right, man, fuck the fight then, man. Like, you know what I'm going to do. You know what I'm going to do, bro. Because I knew this was going to happen, right? That's a call-in number right there. That's gonna be the call-in number right there, man. Cause I know that there's gonna be people that listen, bro. I repeat, I do not co-sign what he did at the end of that fight. Sharp, straight shots at range and deceptive level changes with head body. Yeah, man. I just don't understand for the life of me, man. how you can be in somebody's same weight class. You call out a fighter that's already told you he's going to 147, but you take a selfie with a guy in your weight class that's standing in the ring with you. That's not a good look. Andy Cruz showed out too. Hitchins showed some great upper body defense and movement. Yes, he did, man. And listen, man, I still believe in Richardson Hitchins as a fighter. I think he's going to be very difficult to beat. But I'm not understanding the moves that a lot of these folks. Yes, I did, Frontline. Yes, I did. I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know that call-in number. Yes, it is my personal number, but why can I do that? Because my number's on BoxRec anyway. My phone number has already been globally shared. So what's the point in even hiding my number? And I told BoxRec to pull my account offline on there, but they still haven't done it. At the post-fight press conference, they made it almost clear that T.O. versus Hitchins is next, but it depends on the money T.O. asked for because T.O. is not realistic. Can we all say Kambosos is officially done? Yeah, I think he is. I didn't see the post-fight press conference, TD, so maybe I need to pump the brakes a little bit. But at the same token, I just didn't think it was a good look that he was in there taking a selfie with him, smiling and kikiing with him after all the racial antics and racial things that Teofimo Lopez has displayed against people of his own kind. Like, what are we doing, man? And y'all know how I feel about Richardson Hitchins. He's one of, not my favorite. He's one of my favorite fighters. But man, they make it hard. Why is it that when I start liking a fighter, you know, and listen, man, they still great fighters, right? But every time I like a fighter, man, they go off left field something. And they do some dumb shit, man. It puts, like, bro, why do you put people that believe in you in those type of positions? Why do you put the fans that are behind you in that type of position? I never understand it. Like I've been rocking with Hitchins for the longest. And I still think he beats everybody at 140. I do. But why? I would just like to know why. That is what Hearn said, and both fighters share the same manager, and the manager said they are trying to make the fight next, even though he doesn't want to. Wow, my God. Oh, my goodness. I rock with Andy. I thought he could have fought better to taunt Keyshawn like he did. Keyshawn was going to fight De Los Santos. Asian dude wasn't the same. Man, bye. Okay. All right. Cool. This is what my crowd does. They're good at this shit, right? I'm gonna tell you what my subscribers do, right? Let me tell you what my subscribers do. Man, fuck what you talk about, man. Address this over here in the chat. That's what they do. That's what they do. Hey, fuck what you talking about. We won't talk about this. Talk about Andy Cruz, Kano. Oh, and then Frontline said, "Oh no, talk about Matias, how Matias will beat Hitchins, Kano." No, don't get off of that topic you on. We don't want to hear that shit. I got the best motherfucking crowd in the world. I swear to God, man. I swear I do, man. But listen, man. Okay, let me address the Andy Cruz thing. I thought he looked sharp. He looked good and all that. But I look a little bit deeper than that, right? I look a little bit deeper than that, and it's probably gonna go over some people's head, man. But Andy Cruz in that ring looked lost at times. Let me say that again, because I know he got the stoppage right in the 5th round, and I picked him to stop that Jap dude in the 5th round. But let me repeat that again. He looked lost in spots of that fight. He looked lost in spots of that fight. Yeah, you heard me right. You heard me right. Well, damn, Connor, what you mean, man? He got the stoppage, man. He was controlling the whole fight. He won every single round. Yeah, but anytime he was getting hit and clipped because his defense wasn't all that in the bag of chips, let's keep it real, right? That's where he looked lost at. Not that he got hurt. He looked a little bit lost. He looked like he was like, what do I do now? That he had that type of look. He had a pause in his game. He had a pause in what he was about to do. And I noticed that shit. I caught it, and to the masses, it probably nobody even saw it. Probably nobody even noticed it. But it's a red flag for me because I'm like, bro, let me tell y'all something. He called out Keyshawn, and I believe Keyshawn will cook his ass in the pros. Especially that Andy Cruz I saw. Even though he got the 5th round stoppage, I saw a lot of shit, man. And I think it's attributed to, and I know he's over there with Bozy Ennis, but Bozy Ennis got his work cut out for him because Andy Cruz still has, a little bit of that amateur style stuck in his ways, man. And I think that until they get that out of him, if they can get that out of him, that red flag is always going to be there. Now, I'm not shitting on Andy Cruz. I think he's a phenomenal fighter. He did his thing last night, but I've got to be responsible enough to tell you when I see little red flags like that. I do it with my own favorite fighters. I do it. I do it with all fighters. I'm going to give it to you. If that Chinito had some pop, it might have been different. So TD Sports Talk, I'm not tripping then. I'm not the only one who saw that then. Let me read what Stormy said, man. I got to talking and shit, and y'all know I'm bad about not looking at the chat, man. I remind you to look at the character first, brother. There are playground and street gym legends who never reach full potential due to character issues that sidetracked or derailed them. Nah, no doubt about it, man. No doubt about it. Andy did his thing. I might be biased because I messed with the brother. Nah, that's fine. That's fine. Let me reply to Trill Will, man. He texted me real quick. Reads the chat, then he goes got to defend his point, and his quick live turns. Man, shit, man. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. If Chinito had some pop, it might be a different story, man. And did y'all ever notice, man? Man, come on, man. I gotta bring this up. You ever notice that them Japanese fighters don't never look good when they fight in the States? Ah, man. Come on, bro. Did y'all ever notice that the Japanese fighters, as soon as they step foot in U.S. soil, they don't look the same no more. They ain't as strong no more. They ain't as good no more. Food for thought. I mean, yeah, he looks sharp, but he struggled to complete trades and doesn't fully rotate on the shots, yet he shouldn't have looked confused with a guy like that. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying, man. Let me see. Well, it won't be at 135 because Keyshawn can't even make weight, and he been dismissing Andy. He knows what's up. I don't think it's that, AJ. Honestly, at the point when he was still at 135, even before missing weight, I'm just gonna keep it a buck. It didn't even make sense for those two people to fight at that point, at that moment. It just didn't do anything for neither one of their careers. Well, actually, it would have did something for Andy's. It wouldn't have did shit for Keyshawn. Not at that point. It just wouldn't have did nothing for him, man. And Andy's still stuck in that amateur style and shit. It just doesn't translate as good to the pros. And I know that's your man, AJ, but if they was to fight tomorrow, I'd put my money on Keyshawn. I just would. Regardless of his antics and all that, I got to put all that shit to the side and look at him as a fighter. Regardless of whether I agree with what they do, I got to look at him as a fighter. Cuz had very little to offer him. He could have controlled him front, outside, turned him, stepped into the yeah. Watch your mouth, Conor. The Japarican might pop up. I'm just saying, bro. All I'm saying is these fighters don't be looking the same like that, man. You see him, man. But nah, bro. Nah, I'm just not sold, man. And listen, I hope I want Cruz to win, but I got Key winning too. All right, man. Let me go back. Where was Frontline at? Where was Frontline? Frontline, man. Call my phone, bro. Tell me how Matias beats Richards and Hitchins. Yeah. I'm gonna put you on the spot now. Now I'm gonna need you to pick the phone up. You shouldn't even have to read the number from the chat. You got my number. All you got to do is click on my name and it'll come straight to me. I'm making it easy. I'm making it to where you ain't got to click a link. I'm making, you know what I'm saying? Making it real simple. Here we go, Dr. Guang. Dr. Guang. Hello, Mr. Kano Local TV. Nayo Inoue has fought 4 times in America, and none of them.
Frontline.
Yeah. And none of them have went past 4. Okay. I hear you, Mr. Wang. Andy Cruz beat Mortaya. All right, man. Hey, Frontline, you on the phone, bro. You on the line, man.
What you thought I was gonna duck the smoke?
Yeah, man. I thought you was gonna duck the smoke, man. Hey.
Nah, I'm with that. Matias will beat dog shit out of Hitchins.
Well, give me 1 second, man. Press 5 in the chat if y'all can hear Frontline. I gotta make sure they can hear you first, you know. See, that's what I like about your Frontline. You don't duck no smoke from no. You go over there to Edwin, you come over here to me, and you know, see, Edwin fooled you the other night. I saw it.
Yeah, he did. He did. He conned my ass into fucking debate and then agreed with me the whole fucking time.
Exactly, man. Exactly, man. Okay, so they can hear you, man. That's good, man. That's good. Okay, man. Explain to me what the game plan will be for Subriel Matias. And you know I love Subriel Matias, man. I wish, you know, I would actually be happy if you was right? Because, you know, of course I want my fellow Puerto Rican to win, but, you know, I'm just trying to be a realist, right? When I look at fights and shit like that. So I just want to know what kind of breakdown you got on that, on what is going to be different with Matias and all these other fighters that they could bring to Richards and Hitchins, man. Now, I'm just being, you know, neutral, bro, for real.
No, I got you. But here's how I look at it. I'm not taking nothing away from Hitchins. Hitchins is a hell of a boxer, a hell of a mover. The difference is, and you can base it on his past, I would say, 5 fights. And what I mean by that, he knows how to move, he knows how to jab, he knows how to, you know, his footwork is on point. I got to give it to him. But there's a difference, and when I say difference, Lemos applied that pressure, and Hitchins damn near folded. He pulled it off, but he damn near folded. Matias is on a whole nother level than Lemos. You and I both know that. That's what makes me think. And again, I'm with you. I don't believe on the triangle theory.
Can I interject just for 1 second, man, before you keep cooking? Because I want to address the Lemos fight, because everybody keeps going to that Lemos fight. But the thing that a lot of people don't know was he was fighting with one hand in that fight.
Okay.
He didn't come out publicly and be like, hey, I was injured. You know, because, you know, he's a fighter. He's not going to make excuses. But I know his team, you know, they're like, hey, man, he's, you know, he was messing with one hand only. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't a full Hitchins and shit that night. So, and I know people.
So regardless of the one hand or not, you got to understand, Lemos was throwing haymakers the whole fight. He was trying to get Hitchins out, and he still couldn't with Hitchins having one hand. Let's just go with that theory. you and I both know that if Matias gets in there with Hitchins, Matias doesn't throw haymakers. Matias puts punches together, which means even with Hitchins having both hands at 100, it's going to be hard for Hitchins to get away from Matias. He might get away from him every now and then. And then, Hitchins, I don't think his jab will keep Subriel off. His footwork will, though. I got to give him that. If he moves the way he did last night, because he was sharp last night. If he moves like that, that's the only way I can see him getting away from Matias. But I don't think if he fights the Lemos fight against Subriel, where he stays in the pocket and he tries to show off, like, look, I can fight inside and outside, I don't think he'll last with Subriel. Now, can he beat Subriel? Absolutely. So Pablo do it. We saw Nanya do it. But as hungry as Subriel is right now, I don't think nobody's stopping him right now. Because he's got a point to prove before he hangs it up. I mean, he's 32, 33?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's hungry. Boy, I feel sorry for him. But we're talking about Hitchins, so yeah.
Okay. Those are all valid points, man, and you may well very be right and stuff like that. TD Sports Talk said he stood in the pocket most of the night last night. That is true. Hey, listen, if you're right, I'm happy. Let me say that again.
Yeah, like I said,
if Frontline is right, I will be super happy. I just have that thought in my mind that length that Hitchins has, right? The footwork and that jab, that snapping jab he has. I think if he can stay disciplined for 12 rounds, I don't think Subriel can get to him, man. Frontline. That's my worry about it. Is he going to be able to break through that and get to him?
You got to understand, Subriel, he knows how to work his way in. Now, Subriel knows how to cut the ring, but if you notice, Subriel's footwork is not there. That's where Hitchins comes in. As far as cutting the ring, Subriel got that. As far as working his way in, Subriel got that. What Subriel don't have, and hopefully I'm wrong, and supposedly he's working on it and changing, is his footwork, which means if he can't trap Hitchins on the ropes, corner, like he does to all his other opponents, 100% Subriel's in trouble. Hitchins will outbox him and outpoint him out. But if Subriel could get him in a corner or on the ropes and keep him there, it's over for Hitchins. So,
what do you think of the fight itself? Do you think it's a huge fight? Do you think a lot of people gonna have a lot of interest in that fight? Like huge.
Right now, no. Right now, no. Now, if he beats Puello on the 12th of July, I think it'll be a much bigger fight. And Subriel's fighting in Queens this time, so he's going to attract a lot of Latino fans. He's going to attract Dominicans. He's going to attract Puerto Ricans. If that fan base comes up, I think it'll be a banger at the Hoover Theater again against Hitchins. And I think that right there will sell itself. But right now, as far as being a huge fight, no. I think that a Haney versus Hitchins or a Hitchins versus Tio would be probably a little bit bigger because Haney and Tio are more known to boxing fans than Matias.
I don't know, man. So, I don't know because this is my thought process on it, right? I think it'll be big, especially if they do it in New York, New York, because all of the back and forth talk, oh man, Hitchins ducked them, man, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the boogeyman, Subriel Matias, and all of a sudden they make the fight. I think it's going to attract a lot of people. Because of
right now, you mean?
Like once Subriel, of course, Subriel has to get past Puello first. Talking about.
So let me ask you this. Hypothetically, if Subriel loses against Puello, do you still think it'll be a big fight?
No. If he loses, no. He's got to go back to the drawing board like everybody else, bro.
Well, the thing that people don't realize is that if Subriel loses, he's still the number one mandatory for Hitchins. If he wins, he loses that number one spot. So there's a lot of things that could change. You know what I'm saying?
But why would you want? Listen, I love Subriel, but why I wouldn't be able to look with a straight face and say he deserved that. Not coming off a loss.
No, but he still stands as the number one ranked in the IBF. What changes is if he wins, then he drops off the rankings. But like I said, if Subriel wins, yes, that fight will be a bigger fight. But if we're talking about right now, before Subriel fights July 12th, and you ask people in the boxing community, do you think Hitchins and Matias is a big fight? A lot of people can say no, it's not. So Subriel has to win July 12th in order to make the bigger fights. The one I would love before Hitchins is I would love for Subriel to put hands on Peel. Oh, I would love that.
Yeah. Hey, AJ Moore, I get you, man. See, the thing about it is I don't get it. My feelings over these fighters, man, and I know exactly what happens and stuff like that. At that point, man, Hitchins was not the mandatory. I want people to understand that at that moment, Hitchins was not the mandatory. No offer was sent, right? No negotiations had ever happened, right? So technically, Hitchins did not duck this man. He didn't. As much as I wanted to see that fight for Subriel Matias, I have to be a realist. I can't come up here and cap about it. He was not the mandatory. You do know that, right, Frontline? He was not. And no offer was sent to him.
No. No offer was ever sent.
So how exactly did Hitchins duck him? That's just what I want to know, man. Like, I mean,
well,
there is no paper trail.
I think what they're saying that he ducked is the part that he took the Kambosos fight over Subriel. But what people don't understand is that when you win a title, you get one voluntary defense.
Well. The thing about it is, but by the time that happened, also Subriel already had that fight with Puello already lined up. A lot of people. This is why I had Eric Roman Sr. on my live, man, about a month ago. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
But he knows the team over there, and he was breaking down why Hitchins ended up fighting Kambosos, and it made a lot of sense. I'm not gonna try to put it together word by word, but he had all the timelines already lined up, and everybody else had already had something lined up. So Hitchins had to find something to do in order to stay busy, right? Because you want to continue to fight, because all the big names already had a fight already. So what does he do? That's how he ended up with Kambosos, because that's the only name that anybody knew that was left on the list for him to pick from.
Well, that's why it bothers me. A lot of these channels, they want to be the first ones to open their mouth and say so and so duck, or so and so duck, or this one, he's running from this one. They don't understand that there's a lot of shit that happens behind the scenes that aren't ever publicized unless you're real close to that team and they might have the insight. Someone like you or, somebody in the industry that you can call these people direct. Yo, I'm not going to put it out, but what happened? And they'll explain to you. And then you'll come on your show and you'll talk little bits and pieces because you can't really reveal too much. So, I don't know.
You remember, man, that I was even mad that he didn't fight somebody. Well, why is he fighting Kambosos? Blah, 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 blah. I was on y'all. I was talking the same shit y'all were. I was saying the exact thing. Like, what's he fighting Kambosos for? Until Eric Roman Sr. came and explained everything to me, Frontline. Then I had to shut up. But I was talking the same thing, Frontline. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, I remember. I remember live.
I was like, bro, this is stupid. This is crazy. Why are you giving this dude a shot? He don't deserve a shot. This man gets more shots than anybody in the world. That was me talking, folks.
But one question I do have for you, Gano. Can you explain this to me? Because I'm still baffled behind it. How in the fuck did Kambosos come from 35 to 40 and become the number 3 on the rankings for the IBF?
Money. Simple as that. I agree. I think Matias' only chance is to get his respect early. I'm reading the chat, okay? Only is
No,
to
I got
get
you.
his chat respect early. He has to land something big early and make Hitchins uncomfortable. I completely agree with that. And I'm not saying that that's impossible. That is very possible. I'm just looking at the fight, man, altogether. And I am Puerto Rican, and I will be pulling for Subriel Matias. Make no mistake about it. But I have to give an honest assessment when I look at these fights and be like, okay, this is what I see. Let's see what happens. You know what I'm saying? But
Hey, one thing I can bet you, one thing I can bet anybody is I can guarantee you, and I can bet and win a lot of money. My Tails will lose the first round.
oh yeah. Matias always gonna be a slow starter, man. Always gonna be a slow starter. That's a gimme, man. But you know,
So,
hey, that's
who
another
said that?
interesting thing. Both
But who said
Matias,
that about Matias got to get at him early? Who said that?
uh, Combat Tool Bag and Thomas from the Bronx co-signed it. He said, I think Matias' only chance is to get his respect early. He has to land
Of course, the
something big.
Dominican would agree with him.
Damn, he called him a Dominican. That's fucked up, man.
Hey,
That's
yo.
fucked up, man.
Hey, yo. But see, here's what people don't realize. Tito Trinidad was the same way, slow starter. Tito Trinidad was also one of the boxers that would get dropped early and come back and finish. Subriel has never been dropped. But here's my point. My point is that Subriel is a slow starter, yes. But once he gets that engine going, dude, you're gonna have to bite down hard and go hard because it's not gonna be an easy fight. And I tell you one thing, mark my words, any fighter, I don't care who it is, you can look at his resume. Any fighter after Subriel, win or lose, they'll never be the same.
Man, you just made a great point about something there, right? If I was Subriel and if I was Subriel's training team, right? And I was fighting Hitchins, I would implement a game plan to start early, start quick. You know why? Because both Hitchins and Subriel are slow starters. Jump on them from round one.
Yeah.
You should, like Subriel has a chin. It ain't like he has to worry about any firepower coming at him from him. Jump on him from round one. Hey.
I ain't gonna lie though, that body work Hitchins was doing last night.
Yeah.
That shit is nasty work.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the best. You're fighting somebody like that. Why not? Y'all both slow starters, man. What they gonna have the first round gonna be a draw because they're both slow starters? What, we gonna have a draw for the first couple of rounds? I'm just saying though. I know it ain't.
I don't know, but I don't think if Subriel doesn't feel that his opponent is applying pressure, I think he'll step on it because he likes to entertain the fans. You gotta understand that.
Oh yeah. No doubt.
So if that was to happen where you got two slow starters, I think Subriel might pick up the pace. And Nelson Adams ain't playing with Subriel. If you saw him against Valenzuela, yeah, he's a nobody, but you saw he showed footwork in the later rounds, like 6-7, I think, before he stopped him.
Yeah.
So
I got you, man. Well, that was very that was a very healthy interaction, man. There, man, and we both want the same man to win at the end of the day. I'm just trying to be.
Yeah, but you still could take away from Hitchins, though. You know what I mean?
Right. I'm just looking at it from the outside, like, damn, man, these fucking two styles clashing up together, man. And man, Hitchins is just a hard puzzle to solve, man. I mean, I hate to of course they're different styles, okay? Because people are gonna take this out of context, man. They're different styles, people. Let me say that first. Way different styles. But it almost reminds me of a Mayweather who's a hard puzzle to crack. You understand what I'm saying when I say that?
And just when you got Mayweather figured out, he switches up on you again.
Yes. And it should be looking so damn basic what he's doing, but yet so effective.
It is because he uses his fundamentals.
Very
he
good
uses his fundamentals and he keeps it simple. You know what I'm saying?
By the way, man, TD Sports, I said, man, fuck you calling me a Dominican, man. I'm just
You just read in the chat.
Yeah. No, I made that up.
Well, he going on live tonight, so he gonna hear my mouth.
Yeah. He going live tonight, man. I predicted Jab Fest and Control early, like with Bozo, but I think Hitchins still learning to pace himself for 12. Matias has the advantage there too. Okay, those are great points as well, man. See, those are all great points, man. I'm just trying to help you. Hey, I'm just trying to help you, Thomas. I'm just trying to help you, man. That's all. I'm trying to help you out, bro.
Damn, you throwing a Puerto Rican under the bus for a Dominican, huh?
Hey, man, listen, man. I'm just trying to make it a fair fight. That's all, man. Can I try to make it a fair fight? That's all, man. Just trying to make it a fair fight. That's all.
I think that Hitchins. A lot of people get mad at me and whatever, but like the Puello Matias fight, I think that's a 50-50 fight. Hitchins Matias, 50-50 fight. That's just, I mean, you can't look at it any other way because there's two totally different styles. And both styles are tailored for each other. You know what I'm saying?
My whole thing is, what's wrong with saying it's a 50-50 fight if it's a 50-50 fight? What's wrong with that? Ain't that what we want? Do we want
exactly?
I mean, bro, I just saw the other night, man. When was it, man? I was watching the OTX card, man. The first half of that, man, there were people that were undefeated fighting somebody that's 2-12.
Yeah.
Y'all are okay with that, but when you got fights that are close to the 50-50, y'all have a problem with that? Ain't that what we want? 50-50 fights?
That Chavez versus Cruz, that was a hell of a fight. That was a banger. I don't know if you watched the whole card, but the main event, the two girls, that was a banger. That was a very good fight, back and forth, action packed. And then we got Keith Colon that obviously did his thing.
Oh yeah. Keith Colon did his thing, man.
What about that other fighter from Philly? I never heard of him. Pisado or something like that?
Nah, me neither. Man, let me check something out.
Shut your dumb ass up!
Oh shit, that worked. Hey,
you ain't shit. You ain't shit for that.
Let me see. What else on here?
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Oh my God. Cruz fought with a bad knee. See, that's information. See, that's the kind of information that to me is useful.
Wait, hold on. What Cruz is he talking about? He's talking about the girl Cruz that fought on the OTX card, or he's talking about Andy Cruz?
He's talking about the female.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh yeah. Did you think she won that fight? I didn't get the chance to see it.
Which one?
The Cruz fight, the Liana Cruz fight. Because I know that a lot of people were saying, oh, I didn't watch the fight, but there was a lot of controversy behind it and shit like that. But
that's the fight I'm telling you about. That was a banger from round 1 to round 10. Or whatever it was, I forgot. But it was a banger all the way through.
Bad knee and all. Do you think that she actually won it? I mean, I'm just asking because I didn't see it.
So I think she pulled it off. I think the scorecards were a little too spread out. But I think she edged it off. In my opinion.
Okay. Because there was a lot of people. I was watching the feed on X and oh man, Liana didn't win that fight, or oh man, I'm like, damn, what man? I wish I would have watched it.
You can go back and watch it. It's on YouTube.
They said she had a torn ACL or something like that. They was throwing. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch it then. Golly, I'm gonna have to watch it.
It was a banger. And then you can talk about it after once you get your assessment on it. In my eyes, I think she pulled it off. But like I said, it's one of those fights that could go either way, and you can't get mad at which way it goes because it was that close.
Okay. So it was close enough not to be called a robbery then.
Correct. It could have went either way. And like I said, one of the scorecards was just way off. You could tell they showed bias.
Man. By the way, man, the reason I got this is not the original. This is the. Let me explain this to y'all, man, because I had my setup on my computer with the Rodecaster Pro 2, which is the newest one, right? but I couldn't connect my phone to it to take call-ins and shit. So I went into my garage and grabbed the Rodecaster Pro, the original one, the old one, because that one does allow me to do that, right? And so I got an old board that works better than my newer one, man. Ain't that some shit?
It's typically like that.
So, but I didn't know what all, like.
Chilling in the blizzard, I am Beethoven on the keys. I am Michelangelo with stone. I am Tyson in the ring, so progressive with the flow. Better hope you have insurance if I spot you at your job for trying to box with me. You'll be boxing with God.
Yeah. Trying to
So you got a lot of your old sound cards back, huh?
Yeah, I got a lot of the old ones back, man. Try to box me, you'll be boxing with God. Boy, you ain't hear that, bro.
Who's that, a local artist or something?
That's 6 seconds.
Damn, he's quicker than your life then, huh?
Yeah, 6 seconds, man. I mean, he's actually a New Yorker from Brooklyn, bro. Like, man, if New York don't know who he is, that's a problem, bro. That dude could get down, bro. Yeah. You heard that? See. Combat Tool Man heard a reference in there. He liked this shit. I get it. Yeah, man. But damn, that was pretty cool, man. This calling works pretty nice and shit, man. I mean, I was missing.
Is it clear though? Like, is it real clear?
Say again now.
Is it real clear though?
Yeah, it's clear.
Like, does it get connected like through a USB or a C type, or is it like Bluetooth that all interacts?
It's Bluetooth in, man. But the problem with the other board, right? That the other board has Bluetooth as well, but it doesn't have the little bitty connector for your headphones, right? And I can only Bluetooth one item at a time. So I had Bluetooth headsets because when I put the adapter on the headset that I got, it came in all static. So I could never do that. You know? So that's why I came and grabbed the old one, because I'm like, well, I know the old one's got the small jack and shit for my headset, so I could connect it directly. I know I ain't gonna get the static, and I can use my Bluetooth for the phone. I'd rather have that than the fancy board.
So you have an iPhone. Everything else is PC, or you connecting it like Apple to Apple?
No, I got a MacBook Pro, but the board is a Rodecaster Pro. That's actually a board that's connected to the computer.
Okay.
That's got no. That's neutral. The Rodecaster don't give a fuck if you're on a PC or a Mac. It's gonna work on both. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That board,
I know a lot of issues fall in when you start cross comparing. Like, you put a Apple device onto a PC, or you try to communicate that way. They don't line up properly.
Nah, this is a board. I'll take a picture and send it to you. You know, when I'm done here. But this board connects to the computer itself, whichever one you want to connect it to. You know, and then from here, it sends the signal to the computer or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it also receives the audio over here. It's kind of hard to explain, but you know what I'm saying, man.
No, I got you.
But listen, man, you gonna get the fuck up off my line because y'all done held me up too long already.
Hey, so much for a quick live, huh?
Yeah, see, you did that on purpose, man.
Hey, you're the one that dropped the phone number. You was like, yo, frontline, call in. And you thought I was gonna dodge that smoke. Don't try to put that shit on me.
I didn't think your ass was gonna talk for like 30 minutes though.
Bro, you kept asking me questions. I'm supposed to say, all right, Connor, you gotta cut your live short.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to say. Hey man, you're going past your time. You're going overtime. Connor, watch the clock.
You like to keep it to an hour. You got 10 minutes to keep.
Man, get the hell up off my line, bro.
Yeah. Yo, I'll see you.
All right, bro. Check. Later. That's my boy Frontline, man. He cool as hell, man. What is this? Okay, let me see something. The hell did it go? Let me add that. Add that. All right, cool. I appreciate that, man. Combat Too Bad. I appreciate the share, man. The good looking out, man. Look at Frontline. You ain't shit, Kano. I know. Frontline, they ball buster. Yeah, Thomas, man. They be, man, come on, bro. Come on, man. Listen, man. Tonight, man, y'all go check out TD Sports Talks, man. He gonna have the show continuing on his channel, man, at 7 p.m. I think it is. You know, so I backed away from Tales from the B-side, just so y'all know I did that on my own. Backed away because I needed the peace of mind. I needed peace of mind, man. And I felt, and this is no nothing Thomas did, okay? Nothing Thomas did. You know, he actually was pretty cool on the whole panel and all that, man. But I felt as though that when we're in my house on my panel, right? And I asked nicely, right? I asked nicely, hey, that dude is my brother, man. We need to change the subject, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, the conversation could get real strange and shit like that. You would expect that would have been respected, you know, and say, oh, you know what? Cool, no problem. Let's move on to something else. You know, and this is where people don't get me because they think I'm overreacting and I'm not. You know, I'm in my house. If the situation keeps escalating and y'all keep egging it on and adding fuel to the fire, I take that as disrespect. And I take that as though you don't respect me and you don't give a fuck about me. I take that as you want to shit on me. You know what I'm saying? Not Thomas. I'm saying, you know, the other people on the panel. Or a couple of people in the chat. You know, and when I see that kind of behavior, that's a behavior that I'm never, ever going to tolerate, because if you give somebody an inch, they'll take a mile. You give somebody a little bit, they're going to take it a long way. And I'm never going to allow that to happen. I'm never going to allow somebody to walk through my front door of my house and talk shit about my wife. Never going to allow somebody to talk shit about my brother. Pittsburgh big dog in the building, man. And that's the bulk of it. And I want people to understand that, because it's the principle of it all. And in order for me to have peace of mind, I said, okay, cool. Okay, they kept going. They kept going that route. Then I need to back away. I need to back away. I said, this ain't for me, because next time, you know, it could get worse and worse and worse. And then I'm allowing it to happen on my, I'm going to tell y'all something. I held myself a lot more than what y'all realize, because I, at that point, was going to hit in live right there and just cut the whole shit off. But I said, nah, let me not be that petty. Let me just let it be on. I'm just going to let it go. So for me to even allow the live to continue and to finish the show itself should have been applauded. You gave fair warning. They said what they said and took it to the chin and asked to move on. You poke your bear long enough, handle the consequences. That's simple as that, man. And the debate wasn't that bad of a debate if it wasn't being to the point where folks were being talked over. You know, when we're trying to give an explanation as to why, you know, and you're not allowed to give that explanation, I found that disrespectful, man. And I'm going to go ahead and say it one more time so people understand it, okay? Because Kevin Newman is not no charity case. Kevin Newman is not no clout chaser. Kevin Newman, when he mentioned Caleb Plant, was for a good reason, man. And if people would have stopped talking long enough to understand why, y'all would have understood it. Caleb Plant was talking shit about Kevin Newman. Caleb Plant started the whole situation. Caleb Plant was the one instigating from the get-go. So you mean to tell me that if somebody's talking shit and poking at you and doing all this and you as a professional fighter cannot respond and say, hey, if that's how you feel, then let's run the fade in the ring. We're both professional fighters. What is so wrong with that? That doesn't sound like a charity case to me. That sounds like somebody defending themselves saying, hey, well, if you want to talk shit, then we're both pro fighters. What we going to do? But that's not how the conversation went on that live. It went a whole different way. You don't need to be begging. You ain't on this level. You need to fight somebody with a name. You ain't even on TV. You ain't even did it. And there was no criticism for Caleb Plant, who's the one who started the shit to begin with. What's going on, A-Wavy? Magados, Mag of the South. There was no shit thrown at Caleb Plant. And y'all wonder why I was getting so heated? So let me guess, Caleb Plant gets a pass on everything, right? He could just say what he want, do what he want, and not be held accountable for anything. I think it's important people understand why I was getting so upset. I think it's important for people to understand why I reacted that way. So it can make sense to everybody else why. On top of that, Kevin Newman is my brother. Of course, I'm not going to allow no bad talk about him on my channel. Happy Father's Day, Magados. And to be honest, man, I'm going to be fair and honest. The only person that conducted themselves like a professional on that panel was TD Sports Talk. He stayed neutral. Even though Ishe is his boy, he stayed neutral. He didn't go one way or the other. He stayed even keel. That right there, I can respect. I can respect that. What I can't respect is the dick riding that was being done. They was riding Caleb Plant's dick like he had, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Like he had gold or some shit like that on his dick or something. I don't know. I've already addressed this on a live before, but I figure.
Yari Ortiz.
Hang on. Hang on. That's the only bad thing about having your phone connected on there, man. That when the call was coming through on my damn shit, man. That dude being a professional, he should know that fights don't happen for whatever reason. That said, how can he say Norman ain't fight nobody? It was Newman. When he asked for big names, yeah. And that's all I was saying, man. Happy Father's Day to you too, Pittsburgh Big Dog, man. So I hope that let me reply to my daughter real quick. What shocked me the most was Ishe admitted that Plant did him dirty before the Tony Harrison fight. Plant is a scumbag. And that's my whole point, Thomas, man. And she was still talking good about Plant. Yeah. And he was still that's my point, man. Like, yeah, man, Joe Townsend, I got the Young Dolph ringtone, man. Damn, that shit came through. Y'all heard my ringtone? God damn. But that was my whole point, Thomas, man. So I really hope that nothing has changed between me and you because I respected the way you conducted yourself on the live. I really appreciate the professionalism that you showcased when you was on the panel. My whole flare out and my whole venting was never, ever directed at you because you were not included in that section of the party. You understand what I'm saying? So I wanted to get that clear, man, because Thomas is my, like my brother too, man, and I really appreciate him. And that's the part right there that I think hurt me the most, man, not being able to, continue a show with TD Sports Talk, because I like doing work with TD Sports Talk. I like doing work with him. I do. I enjoy doing work with him. I enjoy being on a panel with him, but one bad apple ruined that, and I had to step away from that part of it. It doesn't mean that down the road, me and TD Sports Talk can't come up with something and do something down the road. We most definitely can, but we both got busy schedules. But I had to explain myself because a lot of people thought I was being emotional, I was being irrational, and I'm hoping that by me explaining all of this, that people get my point of view. But I know there's going to be always that small section that's not going to get it. They're not going to get it because they don't understand what loyalty means. They don't understand it, man. It's a big difference. The relationship I have with Kevin Newman is a big difference than what y'all look at when you look at a boxer. I'm not a fan. I'm a brother of his. We talk on the phone. We're not talking about boxing. We're talking about life. Are y'all understanding what I'm saying? Boxing is secondary when it comes to me and him talking. Put that in perspective. It's a big difference. He just happens to be a professional boxer. That's all. And I support his journey in boxing. Yeah, you're right. I'm on OT. I'm on OT. You're right. You're right. But I did a live on it, man, and I felt I was a little bit raw, uncut, and rough on the edges. So I figured I'd do one at the tail end of this, a little bit more calmer, so the message would get across and understood a little bit better. I just didn't like all the cheerleading that was going on behalf of Ishe and Caleb Plant. I did not like that cheerleading at all. I did not respect it at all. I did not co-sign it at all. And even on my best day, I would never co-sign that. Even on my worst day, I wouldn't co-sign that. I would never. I would never. And I think people, like I said, people need to know that. Front line say, you can't blame me now. God damn, man. Look, man, y'all smash the like button, man. Y'all smash the like button now that y'all are in here. You know what I mean? I appreciate everybody that tuned in. This was supposed to be a quickie. Frontline is right. But this was always brought to you by CO Management. DV Tracksuits. Big shout out to the mighty LDBC. Local TV. Yo, man, I'm up out of here, man. Peace.